important message to you guys will be your customers experience retailing in many, many ways. Okay, it could be at the fast food operators, it could be at auto dealers, it could be the supermarket. Their expectations get set through all of that. So you don't want to be just looking at your local competitor or pharmacist down the street when you decide that you're going to position yourself and serve your customers. Because you may think you're better than them, but your customer probably says, you guys suck. I don't know if that's a word in Australia, and I've been learning some new words and some not to use, but basically they compare you to the best performances and experiences out there. So I'm going to share with you and take you away from pharmacy in the early presentations. I want you to think about if the shoe fits, wear it. I'm not a pharmacy expert. I've done a lot of work in the drugstore industry, nor do I know that much about your pharmacies or Australia retail. What I want you as the experts to learn from what I'm saying about how customers respond to various stimulus and how they respond to the expectations that have been set anywhere in your country. And so I will be talking about what I'm expert at, but I would ask you to be thinking, what are these implications for you? What three guys are doing: 97% department store business, 24 discount drugstores. 59% of the business in that industry is done by the three biggest retail drug chains. Every individual in the U.S. owns 8 square feet, which is about 0.8 of a square meter of space. Today, every consumer in the U.S., every person has 22.9 square feet of their own space that they could claim, dividing population into total square footage out there. 22, that's what? 2.3 square meters roughly of space per person. Talk about competition. Go per person from 8 to 23, and you've over tripled the space per capita that's out there to sell. What does that do to margins? What does that do to competition? What does that do to the importance of being different or better than your competitors? Everything in retail is just like a product. It goes through a life cycle. It starts, it may succeed, it may fail, it grows, it's very successful, sales take off. All of a sudden competition comes in, margins come down, comp sales growth comes down, and you hit a plateau. And the question is, can you reinvent, which we call an inflection point, we'll talk about later, or do you just continue down? Priority shifts going on from not focusing on items or goods, but focusing on services, focusing on solutions, focusing not on mass, but on individual, just right for me. In fact, you're not first or second in the customer's head for a shop, you don't get shopped anymore. They don't have time to shop the third and fourth best retailers. And if you're third or fourth and best, where are you headed? You're headed out the wall, out the door. It's all about being best at least one thing. Dominating it, communicating, executing it day in, day out. And make that the most important thing for your target customers. And don't try to be too many things, because the problem is if you try to do too many, you spread your resources too thin, and you're not very good at any of them. It's kind of like the one size hat fits all. Truly, it doesn't fit any of us, right? You know, you buy that one size hat that fits all, nobody's hat. It doesn't fit anybody's hat. Or it doesn't certainly fit enough heads. Consumers, we said, are moving to retailers who stand for something and are best at it. They're superlative at it. They're first or second at doing what that customer wants. And we call them the S retailers.